Okay, looking at part A, I want to find the derivative of h at x equals 2. So in order to find the derivative of h, I have to use the chain rule on f of g of x, which is the derivative of f, keep g the same, and then take the derivative of g. So I'm going to plug in x equals 2. So I'm going to get f prime of g of 2 times g prime of 2. G of 2, so we go at x equals 2, g of 2 is 3. So we'll plug that in for g of 2. And then g prime of 2 is 5. Now f prime of 3, we go to the f prime column at x equals 3, and that's 5. So that's 5 times 5 is 25. Okay, next one we want to find the derivative of k at x equals 3. So we're going to use the chain rule here. The derivative of e to the negative gx is e to the negative gx times the derivative of negative gx. So that's just, let's see, e to the negative gx times negative g prime x. So I'm going to put the negative in front. And we're going to evaluate this derivative at x equals 3. So I'm going to plug in x equals 3 here. Okay, so let's see. G of 3 is 2. So I'm going to substitute g of 3 is 2. G prime of 3 is negative 4. And let's not forget the negative in front here. So the two negatives are going to make it a positive, so that'll be 4 times e to the negative second power. For part C, I want to find L prime of 5, where L of x is equal to natural log of negative x squared times f of x. So I'm going to have to use the chain rule and the product rule here. So it's going to be 1 over the inside times the derivative of the inside. Okay, so that would just be 1 over negative x squared times f of x. And here for the derivative of negative x squared times f of x, I have to use the product rule. So that'll just be u prime v plus v prime u. Okay, the derivative of u, so the first one is negative 2x times the second, plus the derivative of the second will be the f prime times the first is negative x squared. Okay, now I want to plug in x equals 5. So it'll be 1 over negative 5 squared, which is 25, times f of 5. And then here I'm going to plug in x equals 5, so negative 2 times 5 is negative 10, times f of 5, plus f prime of 5. And then plugging x equals 5 here, we get negative 25. So now I have to look at the table to find what f of 5 and f prime of 5 are. Let's see, f of 5 is negative 4, f prime of 5 is 2. So that way, let's just double check. Okay. So f of 5 is negative 4. F prime of 5 is 2. Oops. Okay, so this is 40. This is minus 50. We get negative 10. So that's going to be the numerator. And the bottom here is 100. So it turns out to be 10 over 100, which is 1 over 10. Okay.